my dear friends, let's start another chapter today. This is chapter number 4 from your first unit. I hope you remember the theme of the first unit and another chapters. I think we had already studied I Will Fly by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam and his first flight by Liam of Laherty. Both of them were highly motivating stories and speech. It was a story, his first flight, and I Will Fly was a speech by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Both of them were highly motivating, I remember it. And overall, the theme of this chapter is to motivate you, because after 10th standard you are getting admission in +1. So our textbook makers or the think tankers behind the textbook have a great intention to motivate you when you go through the +1 and +2. Hope you understand their feelings, and I think it would be good if we get motivation in our life. We will go forward a lot, isn't it? I hope so. So let's come to the topic today. The name of the chapter, as you can see in the board, If. Maybe you think, why the name of a chapter? This is a poem, okay? Why If is the name of a poem? Because it's not a sentence, it's not even a full word, it's just a word, if, because it has no any meaning independently, right? It has no any independent meaning, because to get meaning for this word we should add another clause, another sentence with this. So why the name If? So you will understand the importance of naming the poem with the word if. And the author is Rudyard Kippling, is a famous short story writer, poet, and mostly he was writing tales. And the poem If is one of his famous poems. And another thing, he was writing praising the British soldiers in India. And as you can see, this is part of +1 English and unit 1 lesson 4, and I remember that there is chapter 3 is remaining. That's also another motivating one. It's like a biography of a great personality. Hope you heard about him, Stephen Hawking, the great physician. Don't you remember such a person, a great one who really motivated the people by his life? Anyway, coming to the poem, before that, as we do in every chapter, we must have an introduction about the poem. So form of the poem or type of the poem, there are many kinds of poem. We'll be discussing that. Anyway, this is the poem If is a didactic poem. Have you heard the word didactic? Didactic means giving advice or instructions to other people. I hope you don't like advices, right? In your life, especially in psychology, we say that if you want to know that your child or your boy or your girl has become teenage or he just grew up, there will be one symptom you can surely identify whether he is a teenager or not. So what is that symptom? Symptom that he won't receive or she won't receive any advice. That's it. So this age, 17 or 16, up to 25 or 24, we people don't like advice. And one thing is, this is the age that we get more advice from our parents and teachers and society, right? And we don't like those people also, isn't it? Right. We have our own intentions, we have our own dreams, and we want to go through a different world. We want to dream a lot. We want to go through the ideas which we have already made in our life. And if someone come and tell us, why don't you do like this? Look at the person who got the first rank in your class. Why don't you become like him? Isn't it? So this is such a poem, but never think that it's a boring one. I'm not going to advise you. This is a poem like a father advises his son. But this way of talking or this way of advice is greatly motivating, never blaming. Or I promise you, once you read this poem, you will feel it. And personally speaking, I feel this is one of the most favorite poems for me. If by Rudyard Kipling. Even before I was teaching in +1, or I was reading this poem, and if I go for any class or any motivational sessions for other students, even if they are not in +1, I go and refer this page because I will get a motivation. Sometime if I get desperate, never think that I am just talking blunders or I just tell everything. Being honest, I refer this poem again and again to get a motivation for myself, and that much a good poem is this. So first of all, understand the poem If is a didactic poem, means a father instructs or advises his son how to grow up. So how to grow up means there is a similar poem you can see from Abraham Lincoln to his there was a letter from Abraham Lincoln to his son's teacher. In that poem also, maybe you had studied this in 10th standard or anywhere, because in lower classes we had that one. So it was like an advice, same time it was like a motivation, how to grow up, how to move forward. And never think it is an advice or instruction. Think like sharing an experience, an elder one. Like what, for example, if I have already lived the age which you have covered, or which you are going to cover, and I have already covered that. So if I give you, for example, if I give you instruction regarding your life after experiencing my life, it's like giving you a positive idea about your future, right? One more example to simplify this. If I went to a village and you are coming back, is it? Then I would give you advice, right? Because I have already gone that way, so I know which are the good ways or which are the shortcuts to reach that village. Like that, here if the father already had lived his life, so he does know how to go forward, how to move forward, how to tackle the situations, and how we can gain the trust of others, how we can be self-motivated and self-confident all time in our life. Okay, and a number of do's and don'ts that you don't like in your life, I know it. For example, if someone tell you do this, don't do that, these people don't like it. Anyway, here you can see a number of do's and don'ts, means something you can do and something you don't do that. So here, never think it will be boring advice. It's really a logical one, interesting one. Before that, just some words about our author Rudyard Kipling. Joseph Rudyard Kipling, and don't forget to read it with me. Joseph Rudyard Kipling, 1865 and 1936. Look at the age he lived. Okay, an English short story writer. So mostly he was a short story writer, poet, and novelist. Is chiefly remembered for his tales and poems of British soldiers in India. See, what do you mean by tales? Tales means like stories and something that doesn't happen. Okay, interesting stories which you can read in your small like Magic Pot, another like Balarama, Balabhumi, such books you read. Such stories are known as tales and poems of British soldiers in India. So he was mostly writing, praising the British soldiers in India for children, and his tales for children also he was famous. Kipling's If, perhaps his most famous poem. I told you that. So If can be the most popular poem from the poem collection of Rudyard Kipling, and that poem If attracted immediate nationwide attention. Hope you know that we people are lucky enough at certain point. Maybe there will be good writers, there will be good scientists, there will be good doctors, but in certain point of life they become famous. Many YouTubers are there, many teachers are there. When they do some videos or when they do something extra, sometimes they become famous. Like that, the poem If gave a nationwide attention for our great author Rudyard Kipling, Joseph Rudyard Kipling. See, and it soon became a popular one. So soon the poem If became a popular one, and when you read it, you will also understand why this poem is famous and popular one. See, before going again, let me tell you one thing. The purpose of the poem, written in praise of leader Star Jameson, the Rhodesian administrator of the British South African Company. So there was a company in Africa, and he was the administrator of British, Leander Star Jameson. So it was the poem really written, basically written in praise of him, to praise him, to give him congratulations, because who coordinated British military operations in the Boer War. Boer War is a famous war. So in that war, if you search for it, I'm not going to explain the historic part of that one. If you're going through the Google, you will get it. Okay. So he coordinated the war. That's why praising him, this poem was written, and gives concrete illustrations of good personality traits. Means concrete illustration means the real, how you can be a real person, how you can be a very good personality. You will get trait means such elements of very good personality. You will get it from the poem. And he helped the son to uphold the moral values. So moral values are important in our life. Never think that moral values means to sit in the corner of a class, always take a book and study, and not even talk to your friends. Never think. Values are like your standpoints, or the way you act with people. You don't need any value if you are sitting simply in a class and not talking with anyone. But you need values. When you need values, when you like to talk with your friends, when you would like to talk with your parents, when you would like to talk with your teachers. You need manners. So good manners are good values. So you should keep that, because we are evaluated in front of the people not on the basis of your score or the mark or the full A plus you have scored in your 10th grade examinations, or the full A1 or the 100% mark. It's all about your manners, your mannerism, and your values. At least you think that. If all people tell about us, he's a very good personality, don't you like that? I think nowadays people, or the new generation has a trend of not being good with others, because they don't like to say that they are good people. So always be good with values. I never tell you that simply always studying and always doing good things. No, it's about your interaction with teachers, your interaction with friends. So at least people will tell about you, oh, he has a very good personality. When someone tell you that, there is a point about you. Understand? Okay, so coming to the poem, this is a stanza one, or the first part of the poem. See, I hope you will read it with me. See. So why this poem is named If? You can see many if clauses, 1, 2, 3. Now on the first stanza it's 3, and coming stanzas also is this. So about if, you have to understand one thing. If you tell a word using if, that sentence is incomplete until you add another clause or another sentence. The grammar of if is a separate one. We'll be discussing that after this. The grammar of if, that's a separate one. You should understand about that. How we use if. When we use if clause with a simple present and simple past and past participle, what are the differences coming in the main clause also. So if, for example, if you can keep your head. Someone tell, if you can keep your head. This sentence is incomplete. So all these sentences are incomplete. It will be completed, or it's finished only when we add the last sentence of the fourth stanza. Totally this poem has 4 parts. So in the last stanza only you will understand it, but I will tell you for make it easy for you. If you can keep your head, you will be a man and all the world will be of your own. So that is a full sentence. So understand, the full sentence is like, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. That is the first clause or the if clause. And to finish that sentence we use a word that is if you can keep your head when all about you are losing and blaming it on you. If you can keep your head when all this happens, if you can keep your head long, you are the man and all the world will be of you. So that is the second clause or the subordinate, the main clause or the after the if clause. To join it together, then it will be a sentence. Okay. So that's about an introduction. So let's start it. Are you ready? So read it with me. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies. Or being hatred, don't give weight to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. So if you are doing all these things, so let's come to the point. The first thing in the first line, what was it? If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. For example, you have created many things, many dreams, many achievements, but in a moment you lost all those things. And everything about you is losing, like you are going to fail in your life. But still, if you are capable of keeping your head long, if you are capable of keeping your head high, without any complaints, you are not going to make complaints or bad comments about your problems. So that is a great self-confidence and that is a great mental ability. And local people or the average people never do that. If you wanted to keep quiet, or if you want to do a lot of things in your life, understand, you should be such a person. If you want to do many things, for example, if you lost something, or for example, all about you are losing, your marks, your ability, your control, everything is losing, then still if you can keep your head long, means keep your head, means if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, means keeping your head means if you can keep the standard and not losing, not bowing your head. But don't think that to be greedy. It's not about to be greedy. And coming to the second, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. It means when all people doubt you, like they say, this man, he can't complete this course. Why we sent him for that? He cannot finish +1 science. Even after scoring full A+ in 10th standard, somebody will tell you, oh, that was a luck from that boy. He cannot complete, he can't score full A+ in +1 or +2. Like that, in all our ability, for example, if we go to play cricket, so it was our turn to bat, then our teammates or other teammates simply laughing at us. They are simply laughing at us and they say, no, this man cannot do that. Still, all people doubt you, doubt in your capacity, they doubt in your ability, they doubt in your caliber, they doubt in your self-confidence. But even all people doubt you, if you can trust yourself, because you are the person who know yourself the most, right? No other people. You know yourself, you know your abilities, you know your negative points, you should know your strength, you should know your weakness. So to trust yourself, that point is highly important, and you should underline that. You trust yourself. To trust yourself, you should gain one thing, that you should know your strength, is it? And you should know your weakness also. So understand, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you. What you mean by trust yourself? I have trust in myself. When someone tell you, for example, in a classroom, somebody tell you, you just Fahad or Fida or Fatima, come, you just be the leader in your class. So you said, I cannot be leader. And all other students are also talking the same. They say, he can't be a leader. But here you have to understand, you should know, if you cannot become a leader, truly if you cannot, think you have to admit the fact that I cannot be that. Here I told you, you should know your strength. When you know your strength, you can catch on that point, and you utilizing that strength, you can be the star in the world. Understand, everybody in this world cannot be the greatest people in the same way. In a classroom or in a society, there will be leaders. So in school, you cannot be a good teacher. In school, you can be only a good student, isn't it? So I cannot be a good student in school. I can be a good teacher only. That's why understand your area of work and your area of practice. There you can shine only after you understanding yourself. That's why Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said once, if a person know his own body or himself, if a person know himself, he will know the God. So the way to reach to the God itself is to understand ourselves, because all the mechanism of our body will talk about that. That was the point Prophet made. But here you have to understand. So when you trust yourself, even all men doubting. And same thing, there is another condition, but make allowance for their doubting too. When someone doubt you, just tell them, you can doubt. Never tell that why you doubt me, why you question my ability, why you question my caliber. Never go to an argument with him. Let them doubt. Let them doubt. I hope you remember the words of Winston Churchill once he told, when we go for a walk, for a long journey, there will be stray dogs, means stray dogs will be, they will be barking. And if we are going to give answer, or if you are going to throw all those barking dogs on our journey, we will not reach our destination. So do one thing, we can't reach our destination, and let them bark. And let's move. That was the greatest word from Winston Churchill. Don't forget that. Okay. Make allowance for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting. That is another point, right? What do you say about waiting? And I heard after plus 2, if I ask any student of your class, what is your plan after plus 2? He will tell what? Sir, I don't want to waste my time by doing a degree. I don't want to waste my time by doing 3 years. It's a waste of time. I'm going for a course. That's a point you make. I don't know from where you got that word. I'm going for a course. Means a small courses, like a 2-month course or 6-month courses, and you want to do the job. Never think so, my dear students. Never think. You should wait for the best out of you. And don't be tired by waiting also. And simply we can tell about this, if you're waiting for your friend and you are not losing the control, if he is late, you should treat him like, okay, sorry, I know you have certain reason to be late. If that's outer meaning. Inner meaning in your life, if you're waiting for a position, if you're waiting for a profession, wait so long. The best will come, and the best is yet to come. Believe in that one. Never think so. After the plus 2, take a degree, take MBBS. And I heard many other students talking when we talk about NEET or JEE examination, they tell, oh, we have to waste a lot of hours, a lot of time. Never, 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 never. Understand, the more backup you make, you can go forward with great resource. If you're waiting so long and collecting the resource for a journey, in every journey we need rest, right? Like that, now this is a resting time. Once you come to the professional field, you cannot be a person to sit, you can't rest a lot. Are you getting me? Don't be tired by waiting. Wait for the best one. That's why I know people who make sudden decisions without a second thought, always they be in trouble. By luck they got something, maybe in life. For example, give you an easy example. For example, it was when I was searching a girl to marry, so somebody told me, so I was searching for one, so I will be looking and I will be going. So when I told, oh, I don't like it, we are not a matched couple. So after watching 10 or 11 girls, or the people, spouses or partners, I still say that no, I don't want that. So my family friends or all the members from my family, they will tell, why you are waiting so long? See, just take another one, and why you have such demand? Suppose, listening to their words, if I marry a girl which I don't like, even after waiting so long, what is tell? I can't move forward. But after waiting so long, if I get the most beloved one, or one who matches for my life and what I feel as my soulmate, it will be good, right? So in between that, it was for an example. Let me tell you one thing. My marriage, I didn't search a lot. Okay, just for a joke, take it. Okay, so we cannot wait for long, and don't be tired by waiting. And if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about and don't deal in lies, this is another character, another moral values you should keep in your heart and all through your life. Whether you are a student or a teacher or a father or a mother, don't lie in your life. Even people tell lie about you, and to give them a trap, you are also trying to lie. That's never the good way. Never it would be a good way to react for that lying. I never think so. Understand it. Okay, so lying is the most wretched character, because once you lied, you have to lie a lot. For what? To keep your promise, or to keep your standpoint, you have to lie about. Once you told the truth, what happens? Maybe they will punish you, they will think think very bad about you, maybe. But after lying, once the truth will come out, is it? So moving the wheel, the truth will come out. At that moment, that would be a bad idea if people hate you after, because they will think that he lied at that time. At that time he lied, but you lied me like. So better you be honest. Honesty is the best policy. Means once you tell the truth, you can be free in mind. When you have a bad quality, or when you have something to hide in your heart, you can't move forward with a great motivation. It's always about, you feel bad. You feel bad, I'm sure. About what? You feel bad because what I say, because you feel bad, there is something that take you back. Once you tell the truth to anyone, your mind will be free, you can go forward. So here, if you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about and don't deal in lies, or being hate, then don't give way to hating. Oh, that's a great point, right? What is your philosophy or your concern about love and hate? I know that we people love only someone is ready to love us also. Never. If you can love your hater, that's a point. They will also on your track. If you hate your hater, what it means? What is the difference between you? So always defend the bad things with good things. As Holy Quran says once, see, you have to defend the bad things with the good things. So if there is a hater for you, never think, oh, I should also hate him. So there is no difference, because if you hate him, there is a reason for him and to hate you also. So never give a reason for others, and look at the prophets or the great leaders. If that people hate everyone, they cannot make a change in their life, and we're hating. And yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. And the last point, underline this: you are not a great personality. Even you are not too good, nor you are talking wise. Talking wise means like an intelligent. You are not an intelligent person, but still you are talking not good, but you don't give for way for hating. You don't lie with others. You are ready to wait. Then you don't blame others. You will keep your head along always. Then if you can do all this, you are a great man, and all the world is of you. That's it. Okay, so let's rewind what we said. The first stanza is about self-confidence. First 4 lines. Don't you remember the first 4 lines? Look at this. If you can keep your head when all about your losing, and there isn't blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too. That the first 4 lines were about self-confidence. 5th line: if you can wait and not be tired by waiting. Patience means you should be patient and not hurry. So patience is a great character or a good value you should keep in your life. And lies: don't lie even if others lie. Tell lies to you or about you. Hatred: don't yield to hatred through others hate you. Okay. Pretensions means be genuine in words and deeds. Means last line, look at the last line. And yet don't look too good, no talk too wise. Even if after all that you should be the great personality with your pretensions. Means you are genuine and good in your deeds. So don't forget, if for examination, if you're asked to write the theme of the first stanza, see, self-confidence, patience, don't lie, don't hate others, and be with pretensions, means genuine in your words. So to understand it again, let me tell you, according to the father, what should the son do when others blame him? Should he blame them others also? No. The father advises his son to stay cool and confident when others blame him. And look at, according to the father, what should the son do when others doubt him? He should also doubt him, or he should react. He should talk badly to them? No. You know the answer. The father suggests us that his son should be confident and trust himself. When others doubt him, he should also understand why others doubt him and correct himself. That's the point. When someone doubts you, understand. Just give them allowance to doubting too means. For doubting too means, you should understand why they doubt. So if without any reason people don't doubt us. See, according to the father, what should the son do when others hate him? When others hate him, he should not yield or surrender to hatred. Means don't surrender to hatred or yield for hatred, because if you are surrendering for hatred, what happens? You and him like one. There is no any difference between you. So come to next question from the chapter for the first stanza. What does the father says about patience? The father says that his son should be patient enough to wait. He should not get tired or impatient by waiting. I told about waiting for your course, waiting for your life. So waiting would make the best result. Okay. So come to understand it again and again, let me tell you, what does the father says about lies? Whether the father says it or not, whether the father tell it or not, you should be careful in that one. The father thinks that his son should not indulge means busy in lies or indulge in lies, even if all around him are liars, and he advises his son to be honest and truthful. Okay, so I would like to advise you also to be honest and truthful. See, What does the father say about pretensions? So this is the last question. So we were talking about self-confidence and patience, lies, hatred, everything, and pretensions is the last one. The father says that his son should be genuine in his words and deeds, right? So that's about pretension, and it's a very good character. So I hope you are impressed with the first stanza. We will be going through the second, third and fourth stanza in another class. Hope you enjoyed it very well. Thank you so much.